I was about 24 years old when I met a man online who felt like everything I had been looking for. He was older than I was, about 20 years older. And at that age, that to me felt like maturity, right? It felt safe, stable. He was attentive, gentle, always saying things like, I'm going to take care of you. And back then, those words meant everything to me. I was in college at the time, young, naive, trying to figure out life. Eventually, I moved in with him. At first, it felt like we were building a real life together. I'd go to class during the day, come home in the evenings, cook dinner, clean up, and study. I was playing house, honestly, trying to be a good woman and trying to make it work. We'd only been living together for maybe a month when everything changed. One evening, I stayed late after class studying for a big test. We had a study group, and I lost track of time. I remember walking in the house, already mentally exhausted, holding my books against my chest. The house was quiet. He was upstairs, so I walked upstairs like I normally do to greet him and say hello. But the second I got upstairs, I could tell that something was off. He looked angry. Not irritated, not annoyed, but angry. Where were you, he asked. I remember blinking, confused. I told you, I was studying after class. But by the way he was looking at me, it made my stomach tighten. You know how sometimes someone's reaction is way bigger than the situation in front of them? Well, that's what this felt like. The intensity didn't match reality. We started arguing back and forth, and I finally said, I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna go downstairs and cook dinner. So I turned, I started walking down the stairs. Then suddenly, I felt his hand hit me across my face from behind so hard that I stumbled down the stairs. Everything was silent. I remember grabbing my face, feeling my lips swell almost instantly. I tasted blood, my own blood. What scared me the most was how calm he was afterwards. He just walked past me down the stairs. He didn't rush to help, didn't apologize, didn't even look shocked at what he had just done. He just stared at me. Meanwhile, I was frozen, completely frozen. I had never been hit like that before in my life, not by a man, not even in school fights growing up. Violence was something I saw in movies, not something I thought would ever happen to me. I remember thinking, oh my God, I made a mistake moving in with this man, being with this man. Not anger, not even fear at first, just shock, pure shock. I wish I could tell you that I grabbed my things and left, but I didn't. Honestly, it never even crossed my mind to even call the police. That's how confused and stunned I was. I just stood there crying quietly with blood on my lips, trying to still just process what had just happened. And then I still cooked dinner. That part still hurts to admit. I went into that kitchen shaking. My hands were trembling while I was cooking because I was scared he would come back and hit me again from behind. Dinner was silent. And this is the part that always stands out to me. He always wanted us to eat from one plate. He was from Liberia. I never knew if it was cultural or just his preference, but he liked feeding me from the same plate. In the beginning, it was cute, it was sweet, and even intimate. But over time, it felt controlling and annoying. That night, we sat there eating from one plate while tears rolled down my face and blood dried on my lip. Neither one of us spoke. When dinner was over, like usual, I carried the dishes to the sink and started washing them, still shaking, still visibly shaking. That's when he came up behind me, soft this time and very gentle. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I'll never do that again." And I remember just turning around and collapsing into his chest crying. The kind of crying where your body just gives out. And he held me. Looking back, I wish I had understood that love should never make you afraid. Not afraid to speak, not afraid to come home, not afraid to make someone angry. But when you're young and someone says they love you, sometimes you explain things away that you should really run from. Sometimes you explain away things that you should run from. Have you ever stayed in something longer than you should have because you kept hoping things would change? Follow me for more of my story. Still Me with Lynnie Lynn.